everyone, welcome back to our channel, and this video is going to be a completely different video. I went on Instagram and I asked if you guys would like a chit chat, like talk about life after having a baby, life after graduation, and like postpartum. And I got a lot of responses of everyone saying yes, so I just decided to go ahead and do it. So instead of just sitting here talking you guys head off looking at the camera, I decided that bye honey I decided that I am just going to go ahead and do my makeup while I talk to you guys, so it'll be kind of like a girl talk. But please be mindful that I am in no way, shape, or form a makeup artist. I am not professional, so I'm just doing what I do, like my everyday type makeup look. And this isn't everyday. I might reciprocate what I did for my graduation pictures. Hopefully it'll come out the same. If not, it's fine. So hold on. I've been drinking a gallon of water a day, so we're also going to talk about that too. We're also going to talk about like my fitness. And a lot of people, if you follow me on Instagram and if you watch my stories, I am now like doing 30 minutes of cardio every single day. I am drinking a gallon of water. I'm eating healthy and I'm feeling good. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I have my mirror right here, so I'm probably going to be, you guys gotta bear with me because this is my first video doing this. So yeah, so the first thing we are going to talk about is life after graduation. So as some of you may know, I graduated on May 9th 2020. Of course, due to circumstances of the pandemic, there was no graduation ceremony for anyone. But anyways, I graduated with my BBA in management and a minor in entrepreneurship and innovation. So ever since then, I kind of went on like a, I kind of went on like a career search. As you all know, I mean, I am employed. I do have a career. I do work in the financial industry, but it is not what I want to do like forever. Not by far. It is not what I want to do. I'm not really happy there anymore. Don't get me wrong. The job itself has taken care of all of its employees. None of us has lost hours. We have all been working from home. We all have been working from home. Nobody has been furloughed or anything like that. So that is amazing. The fact that they were able to make accommodations for us. So nobody would lose hours. So I'm very thankful. It's a very good company. However, it's not my passion, and I'm now at a place in my life that I want to live my life. Live my life the way I want to live my life, but also I want to live it comfortably, but I want to do what I want to do, if that makes sense. Like this job, the financial industry now, it pays my bills, barely, but it pays my bills. I'm very thankful for it, but it's just not what I want to do. I find myself now in a place where I'm growing more and more frustrated with it every day. And it just really sucks for class of 2020 because a lot of people job searching is kind of at a halt because nobody is really hiring right now in this pandemic. Don't get me wrong, some places are, but a lot of them aren't. I know what I want to do with my life. I know long term when I do work for myself, I know for sure I want to do real estate like heavily. Like I want to flip houses. Me and my husband both, we want to build a business together where we both get into real estate. We both want to get into the tax business. Like we want to do, that is like where we're going to go. We want to open up multiple businesses. But I know for me personally, I want to do real estate like 100% full time. That's what I want my life to consume of, is real estate. And also not even that, it's not that I'm not going to do it. I'm definitely going to do it. But one thing for sure is, with all this social distancing set in place, I wanted to do my real estate class is actually at school. I didn't want to do it online because I want to make sure that I really, because that's going to be my career. So I just want to make sure I, you know, get all the knowledge that I needed by my instructors, you know, face to face versus online. And right now, I'm pretty sure they're all just doing majority online, and that's not what I want to do. So that's the roadblock one. Number two is just like the timing of it. Real estate school is not free, and if we're going to come out of pocket, I just want to make sure that we are in, you know, we can comfortably do it, which we can, but I don't want to invest in that right now with everything that's going on with the world, with the pandemic right now. So that's that. So I was thinking about getting into leasing consultant first, which if a lot of you don't know what leasing consultant is, it's basically like an apartment complex, and you're just leasing the apartments for potential tenants. So I wanted to get into that first, you know, to at least be in that industry to work me up to real estate. And mind you guys, I used to do sales before, so sales is not a problem for me. It's just I don't know anything about that industry, so I thought, oh, that'll be a good start. Even if I'll be taking a pay cut, I was going to risk taking a pay cut just to you know, get the experience and get the exposure and meet the right people and just get my foot in the door. So I was going to do that, but it's really, really hard getting in that industry. That's one. And number two, the door just kept shutting on me back to back to back on multiple occasions. And it wasn't that I wasn't qualified. Like I said, it's just really, really hard getting in that industry. And if you guys really want to know like the story time on those interviews, I'll be more than happy to do a separate video on that, but that's like a whole separate thing in itself. So that was that. So that's not working out, and I just kind of came to the conclusion like maybe God is telling me you don't need to go that route, or maybe just now is not the time. So I'm kind of in a place where I'm just kind of frustrated because I'm so ready to start a new career. But then at the same time, it's just kind of like right now I got a good system going on. I'm still home with Samia. So, I mean, you know, I'm not trying to complain because I am very grateful to be an essential worker and still have my job. I'm very grateful for that. But you know, now I'm like, I got my degree now. I'm not even, what I do now doesn't even require a degree or anything like that. So I'm like, I want to get paid. You know, I went to school. I got all this debt. I want to use it. But God is saying it don't work like that. It don't work that quick. But with a lot of fasting and praying, you guys, I'll definitely keep you updated with what I end up doing. What I might think about doing is apply for like government and federal jobs maybe. That start off at a very good rate. At a very good salary. So I don't know, we'll see. Unless God has other plans and I can be an influencer and make some income off that, and just be relatable to you guys, and we'll see. Keep me in your prayers with all that going on. I'm just trying to figure it out. So I'm gonna just go ahead and spray my face really, really quick, you guys, just for some hydration. So yeah, that is going on with my life after graduation right now. I am employed, but this is the job that I had before I graduated, and this is not what I want to do long term. But you know, it's okay. I'm just gonna keep praying about it. I'm thinking about fasting actually, just to get some understanding and get some clarity from God on what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, okay? So eyebrows is done, you guys. I really don't do much to my eyebrows. My eyebrows are naturally thick and dark. So yeah. So I always do, when I do my eyebrows, I rarely do my eyebrows. So when I do, I always do that before my foundation. But now I'm about to mix this Fenty Beauty and what is this, 370 and Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth. So I know I'm mixing a matte and a dewy. That doesn't make any sense, right? but I haven't been able to go into Sephora or Ulta or anything yet to kind of figure out what my new foundation is. I feel like my skin is kind of getting used to these foundations. I don't like that. I kind of want to switch it up a little bit. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so let me put this foundation on my face and then we will dive into the next topic. Just do a little bit, few pumps. Oh, I did say this might be a beat look, or should I do a natural look? I guess it depends on how much foundation I use. Ciao. Don't ask me why I do it this way. I know I'm doing it such the hard way, but it's alright. I like to mix these because the Fenty is a little light for me in the summer, and this Dewy Smooth is a little bit dark. Oh my god, I never put that much on my forehead. Okay, we'll just, yeah. Yeah, so we'll do it like that. I like to spray my brushes with water, and then I like to wring it out a little bit. Alright, so the next topic, we're only really covering like 2 major topics. So the next topic we are going to talk about is life after baby / postpartum. Okay, you guys, postpartum. So I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of backstory. When I first met Roberto, which is my husband, I was 20 years old, and me and Roberto, our relationship was just, oh my god, it was so refreshing. And I'm saying it was, no, it is still, it's just so refreshing. And it was just, oh my goodness, it was like we just came from 2 different worlds, and our worlds just like collided, and we were literally in our own like little world. Like nothing else mattered to us. Like all that mattered was us spending time together. Like I would leave work, at that time I was still working at Kroger and Michael Kors, and every time I left work, mind you, I lived 45 minutes away from him, so I would always, like, right after work, just go straight to his house, and eventually I moved in. If you guys want to know a story time on how I ended up moving in, now that one is pretty funny, how I ended up actually moving out of my parents' house and moving in. As a Christian, you know, don't move in before you marry, blah blah blah. If you guys want to know a story time about that, please leave that in the comments below, because I would actually tell that story. It's a pretty funny, I mean, it's a pretty good story. But anyways, so yeah, life just kind of progressed for me and Roberto pretty fast. So if you all don't know, the day after Roberto proposed, which was on my birthday, September 21st, 2018, we found out the next day I was pregnant. The very next day. Had no clue I was pregnant. And if y'all want a story time about how I found out I was pregnant, we can do a story time on that too. So that was the so yeah, anyways, we found out I was pregnant. Well, we found out we were pregnant, because I always like to include both of us in everything that I do and that we do. So we found out we was pregnant, and then of course, like, we had the whole pregnancy and blah blah blah, and then Samia came. Boom, Samia came on May 4th, 2019. So I'm just making sure I blend this all out, you guys. Like I said, I'm not a professional. This is just what I do. This is just what works for my skin. So anyways, after Samia was born, as you guys know, Samia was in the NICU for 5 days after I had Samia. And not even what so that, as a new mom, that was already just very, it was just very overwhelming for me. Having her be in the NICU, it was just kind of, even though you are prepared that throughout the whole pregnancy they tell you, like, you know, she might end up in the NICU, you never are really prepared for her to actually go, you know, for your baby to actually go to the NICU. So I want to say the first 3 months of Samia's life was the hardest 3 months me and Roberto ever went through. Ever. And I say that is because Samia, like I said, she was only born at 4 pounds 12 ounces, and she had to literally eat every 3 hours around the clock. So no matter if we just got to sleep, no matter if we just put her to sleep, we had to wake up and feed her. So we wasn't really getting any rest, and on top of me not getting any rest, I was pumping all the time, breast pumping. So I still wasn't really getting much sleep at all. So the first 3 months of her, being here with us, it was hard. Like, and of course, like, me and Roberto work as a team. Like, we made it work together, but it was hard, you guys. Like, the lack of sleep, the sleep deprivation, that's real. Like, the sleep deprivation, that's very real. So it was just kind of like, that was the hardest month. She wasn't sleeping through the night. We just kept having to wake up around the clock just to feed her. I was breast pumping, and it was just, y'all, it was rough. And then after that, we started getting her on a more set schedule. Me and Roberto, we never had any issues. And when I say we haven't had any issues, we have not had any issues. You get what I'm saying? And after Samir was born, when they say a baby changes the relationship, it does. And it doesn't always change it in a bad way. Me and Roberto, thank God that before we got pregnant, our foundation with each other was so strong. It is still so strong. Like, we were so involved with each other. We had just such an understanding in our vibes. Like, we was just always our connection is always like here. It can break some couples. You get what I'm saying? That's when I say a new baby, it can really break some people. But with Roberto, like I said, our foundation and our core, it was really, really strong. And I'm not even saying with outsiders. I'm talking about with just me and Roberto. That's it. Just us. So it didn't break us. But like I said, we haven't had any arguments. We haven't had like any disagreements hardly. But after the baby was born, and as a woman, your hormones are everywhere. It's like you can't control your hormones. And you don't really quite understand what it is. You don't really understand like why you're so emotional, and you're just like, oh my God, I just want to get back to normal. Like, oh my God, I was never this emotional before. So I didn't kind of realize that I had a hormonal imbalance, that I was much more emotional than I ever been. I realized that the way I handled stress before, I could not really handle stress that well now after I had my baby. And not saying that I could never handle stress, but I was really, really, really good at handling stress, you guys. Like, you guys don't understand, like, I was a great multitasker. You can put 500 things on my plates and I'm good. Like, I can handle it. But now, after I had my baby, I get really overwhelmed and I get really flustered. Didn't really understand why. I was just thinking like, oh my God, I really got a lot on my plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really have a lot on my plate. And not even just that. Also, because it's not even just that. It's also like I was always tired. No, it wasn't. I am always so exhausted, you guys. Like, it's like my body is fighting against me. Like, I could just roll over and just go to sleep right then and there. It's the weirdest thing. And this is all going to make sense in a minute, you guys. I'm just telling you guys, like, these are symptoms of postpartum. So I was always tired. I was more emotional than anything. And another thing, I was really snappy. No, I wasn't. I am. I'm much more snappier than I was before. My patience is much more thin than before I had my baby. So this is all postpartum symptoms. And again, you guys, I am so sorry if this is all over the place. It's just when I talk, it's like I'm still getting my thoughts together as I talk. So please bear with me. It's because it's like my first like sit down talk with you guys, kind of. So on top of that, my patience is thinner. I'm much more snappier. My emotions are all over the place. I'm much more sensitive. And yeah, I just didn't really, I never really sat and thought about it like, oh my God, this is, like, am I going through postpartum? Like, is this postpartum? I never thought about that because, like I said, I'm always on go, 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 go. I don't sit and think about my feelings because I'm always a mommy first. I'm always a wife first. So I'm always thinking about my husband first. And I'm always thinking about my daughter first. I don't really sit and think about how I'm feeling. So throughout the days, like I just always just have all these feelings in my head, but I don't really sit and think about it. All of my thoughts and everything just stays in my head. That's it. It just stays in my head. And I don't really, I don't talk about it out loud. I am a machine, a robot. I do not stop. It's like I wake up, I be a mommy, I be a wife, I do the things that I'm supposed to do as a mommy and the things I'm supposed to do as a wife, and I do my regular routine, I go to bed, and it's just like that. Like, it's just like that. It's not really an in-between with me. So with that being said, not saying that me and my husband argue, because we don't argue. We have this, you know, just like any other couple, you have disagreements. But it just depends on that couple. You know, if your foundation is strong and if you're mature enough, how are you guys going to work through those disagreements? Are you guys just going to sit and be childish and not talk about it? Or are you guys just going to be hurtful to each other? The good thing is with me and my husband, we don't operate that way. We're both very mature. Of course, you may take time to, you know, have some time and not really speak and just give each other that little bit of space that everybody might need just to get their thoughts together. But as far as in, you know, taking it to social media, or, you know, just taking it to family members or friends and stuff in a negative light, not saying you can't seek people for advice, but in a negative light, you're never supposed to talk down about your spouse to anybody. That's not healthy. But it's just how we work through it. So again, not realizing anything, not realizing that these might be signs of postpartum, that you know. So of course, if your spouse knows you the way that they should know you, they're going to pick up on anything that's kind of unusual. So the wonderful husband that I have, he you know, he'll just always sit and talk to me and say, you know, you are a little bit more flustered these days, you're more tired these days, you might have a lot on your plate, you might just need to relax, take it a day at a time, da, da, da. And I love that about him. I love how attentive he is, and he doesn't come at me. You know, when we do talk, we don't talk to each other in like a I'm looking for the word, in like a nasty tone. It's more of a comforting tone, and it's more of like, we just talking, you know. So when we do talk to each other, I love our talks, because when we talk to each other, it's like telling each other like what we like about each other, or what we notice about each other, or, you know, just stuff like that. And of course, change is always good. People are going to change. That's a part of life. You're going to change. But it's just about, how are you changing? Are you changing in a positive direction? Are you changing in a negative direction? And it's up to your spouse in a respectful way. Not just your spouse, but up to yourself. But it's up to those people that are closest to you to hold you accountable. So like I said, not really realizing that all of these are postpartum. You know, the way that I handle situations, I just, like I said, I got very flustered easily, more quicker. I'm not able to handle stress as well as I did before. I find myself getting more frustrated all the time. You know, you just want to sleep all the time, so that may come into like neglect or neglecting of like your loved ones around you, maybe your spouse. And it's not purposely. You just kind of just stay in your lane. You just kind of be in your own little bubble. And like with me, it's just kind of like, when you're a mom, and I know a lot of moms can relate, because your baby like tugs on you all day and just always been tugging on you, sometimes you just don't want nobody on you. Like when you finally get your space, you just kind of like, I just don't want nobody touching me right now. You get what I'm saying? So I was getting more into that headspace, like, ooh, nobody touch me, nobody touch me. Like, I just kind of like, you know, I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep. I just want to get some rest. I just want to relax. So I was more into that headspace. And you got to just think about, you know, how is that affecting your relationship? How is that affecting your relationship, not just with your significant other, but like with your friends or just anything like that, or anybody who you come in contact with on a daily. So yeah, so those are kind of signs of postpartum. Nobody really talks about the hormonal imbalance after you have the baby, and it doesn't last 6 weeks. Oh, after 6 weeks you can work out. No, it can last up to a year. It can last up to 2 years. It can be as long as your body. It takes forever for a woman's body to get back to normal. So yeah, so there are different types of postpartum. Some people think, oh my God, postpartum, you automatically have postpartum depression. No, it's not that. It can lead to postpartum depression if you don't take control of, if you don't take control over it and you don't recognize what it is. It could definitely lead to that, but no, there's different types of postpartum. I found myself being much more emotional, like I said earlier. And then once you just sit down and actually think about, you know, yourself and think about like, okay, this past year I have been a little bit more snappy lately over like little things that, you know, usually like before you probably would just let it roll off your shoulders. So that's it. The first step in that is just being accepting of it and don't be embarrassed about it. That like, oh my goodness, like, am I tripping? Like, I think I'm tripping. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you have those days. You guys, I never make the perfect like eyeliner on top, but nonetheless, sometimes you may have those days where you just like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, why am I acting like this? Like, why do I have such a bad attitude right now? Like, do my husband really deserve that kind of attitude? Like, did he do anything to you? So, you know, it's just stuff like that. And you guys, like I said, I'm so sorry if this video is not helpful. I'm just more speaking of like how I realized the signs of postpartum. And no, I never had postpartum depression, and I thank God for that. Never had postpartum depression, and a lot of that is because I just have a very strong support system. I have an amazing husband that is so hands-on, just all around in all aspects. Around the house with Samia, he's just very, 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 very hands-on. So I just thank God for that. And so yeah, so I never had postpartum depression, but I definitely had postpartum with my emotions. It's just I'm more sensitive than usual. Not even just being more sensitive. Actually, I think I'm gonna put some in the crease of my eye. Not even just being more sensitive than usual, I am more flustered, if that's the appropriate word to say. I'm just more flustered than usual. I'm more frustrated with work. I'm not really giving my job a chance. I'm just trying to rush into everything. I'm just trying to rush into a new career, and sometimes God is telling me, maybe that's why he just kept shutting those doors for me, like, Bethany, I just need you to be patient. I got you. You just gotta sit and thank God, you guys. Like, thank God. My best friend Alexa, I had a like 2-hour talk with her yesterday on the phone, and she told me, she suggested to me to, why don't you like get a journal and just write out your thoughts on a journal. And the thing is with me, she was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Like, I never knew like you were going through that. And I was like, honey, I didn't even know I was going through it. It wasn't until my husband brought it to my attention and we just had a very much needed discussion, about, do you think you got postpartum, or, just stuff like that, which I was very grateful for. And I was like, I don't know, boo, you think I got postpartum? You think I me? Because you always think me? I got postpartum. No, I don't. Like, I'm handling everything just fine. Like, I'm not having breakdowns in the middle of the day. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and I'm going home. But you don't realize that. What you don't realize is that from the outside looking in, you're much more snappier. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're much more argumentative. You know, things that don't even need to be an issue, you're making it a big issue. You're just much more flustered. So, you know, it's good to have people around you to hold you accountable. It's good to have people that care about you enough, that wants to see you win. They want to see you. They want to make sure that you're the best version of yourself. And you gotta have people like that in your corner. So those were my signs of postpartum. Yes, to this day, I'm probably still have, like, you know, I'm still going through it. Everybody's a work in progress. I'm not perfect. I think that was another reason why I was so hesitant on making this video, because I was just like, I don't know if I want to talk about this. Like that's very personal for me. Like I just discovered this like yesterday, that I could be having postpartum, or I could have had postpartum. And you know, and it was kind of difficult for me to shoot this video, but then I thought about it and I had a long discussion again with my husband and my best friend. And we was like, you know, a lot of people may go through this. A lot of women may be going through this right now and don't even know how to put the pieces together. And they can watch this video and be like, you just helped me. So that alone just satisfied me to make this video. Nonetheless, let me make sure. Oh, last thing. So along with postpartum is body image for pregnant women, like women who just had babies. The pressure of that is real. So the pressure of the snapback, you guys, now that is real. Hold on, I didn't do my setting spray. Y'all, that's really all I do. Oh, and I gotta add mascara and some Vaseline to my lips, but hold on. So the pressure of the snapback for women, for women who just had babies, that's a real thing. And thank God that, you know, the people around me is like, you know, take your time. You just had a baby. But now my baby is a year old, and now I'm like, okay, Bethany, like, I think your body is finally getting kind of back to normal, to where, like, whatever my body is now, that's what it is. If you want change, you're gonna have to do something about it at this point. Like, you're not gonna, the weight's not going anywhere by itself anymore. Like, you're gonna have to work it off. And it's more not, my husband never put pressure on me to like get back in shape and work out, He just kind of let me really pick it up whenever I was ready. So I would start, and then I'll stop, and I'll start, and I'll stop, and I'll start, and I'll start. This is probably the first time I've been actually really consistent with my eating and with my cardio and with my working out since I had my daughter. And that's weird, right? Like, all of a sudden, like during a pandemic, you're just now going to get your shit together. But nonetheless, I feel good. I feel really happy about the choices that I made. I cannot wait to be the best version of myself. And that means physically, that means mentally, that means emotionally and financially. I'm just so ready to be the best version of myself in all aspects of my you know, and spiritually. I just wanted to even like grow my relationship with God. But nonetheless, women, this is just an encouraging message for you guys, especially women who just had a baby. Now listen to me good, Linda, okay? Social media is a beautiful thing, but it's so dangerous because it will have you second guessing yourself. It will have you looking at yourself like, this lady just had a baby like 4 weeks ago and she already got her six-pack back. You know what I'm saying? So it will have you comparing them to yourself, which is not healthy at all. You can use it in a motivational way, but when you start critiquing the bad areas about yourself, or the areas that need more help, to another woman's or anybody else who just had a baby and their snapback game was marvelous, that's not really healthy. So what I like to say is, do it whenever you feel like you are ready. And honestly, research says a woman's body isn't completely ready and healed until their baby's about a year. So a year after birth. So as you're walking, see, Samia is now 1 and some change. So yeah, so just do it when you're ready. You're beautiful the way you are. Be the best version you are for you, not for your spouse, not for your child, not for anybody else, but for you. You got to make sure that you want to be as best as you can for you. Y'all, I just realized the whole time I was not looking at the lens. I was looking at the monitor at myself. But like I said, this is still work in progress, you guys. I'm so sorry if this video is OD long. But I'm actually really happy that I made this video. And I hope when it's time to edit it and I listen to it that I don't cringe because I was all over the place. I really hope this makes sense. I really hope that this was helpful for you guys. Any suggestions that you guys have below for any videos you guys want me to do. If y'all want me to get into the nitty gritty, like the specifics of postpartum, like the juicy details, which I may or may not tell, let me know in the comments below. If y'all want to know more about my fitness journey, let me know. If you guys want to see my quarantine workouts, my home workouts, because the gym just opened back, so by the grace of God, I'm about to be back in the gym. If y'all want to see those workouts from me, let me know. If y'all want to see more videos with me and Samia, let me know. More videos with me. Oh, let me know what videos y'all want to see with me and Roberto. Because we got some videos coming for you guys. We got some ideas brewing in our heads. If y'all want to see those, let me know. If y'all want to see just anything, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let your girl know. But nonetheless, you guys, I thank you guys so much for watching this video, for tuning in. I know it was OD long. I'm gonna try to cut it down. All right, Roberto edits all our videos, so I'm gonna try to have him cut it down. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being with me. If you guys like these chit chat get ready with me's, if you guys like this makeup no makeup look, if y'all like this, give your girls a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, let me know what I can do and do better, you guys. I don't know how to do lashes. I'm still learning that, so if y'all got some tips for me to know how to apply falsies, let me know. But again, won't hold you guys any longer. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all the support, and I hope you guys enjoy the remainder of your days to come.